Rely on no one. Do what you must to survive, man. Still, skill testing question of the day. Do you? Do you like pancakes? Question mark? Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting edition of my show, where we clearly have the most fun on YouTube ever, yo! I got this thing from one of my favorite fans, one of my biggest fans. There was actually 20 shoved up his butt. You know, there's a boatload of 20s in there. They're like, check his butt. I checked his butt and it was loaded with 20s. All curled up and spun in a ball, in a, you know, like for shenanigans. It's all done in like little straws. I was so shocked. It was 400 in 20s. This comes from California. California love. It's actually the original of the smiley face people. It's got the emoji. I don't know if you've ever seen these before. Apparently this is worth money too. This is one of the most popular ones. It's the emoji. It's got the sticker on the heel there. It's got a sticker on the side of them. It says emoji. Right there. Now, I don't collect dolls, but I did get this for free and I am keeping it. So does that mean I collect them? Ah. I'm definitely not going to give it away if it's worth, you know, beaucoup de money, right? Why don't we do like a silent auction? Put in your bids if you'd like to own this. One of a kind collector's item, by the way. Worth money, you know? It's about 10 years old. I'm not exactly sure. It says 2015, but I saw somewhere where these came out in 2014. Or sorry, this was made in 2015. But it took a year for the release of these. So they added another tag on it, it says. That's how I know it's legit. I didn't find anything on Reddit. You got to believe in yourself, man. Rely on no one. Do what you must to survive, man. Make it look like I'm pretending to read this. I have no clue what the song. Anybody in the chat, if you remember what I used to sing, my old song, please put the words in the chat for me so I can reconnect to myself. Aw. Oh, that's so sad. I wish for peace for you all. Mm. We have traitors in this country, and unfortunately, nobody will be punished. I don't agree with the end of that statement. Yeah, they didn't run. They stood and stayed and tried to help him. That's so sad. Oh my god. He told me he rode before. That might be the funniest thing I ever seen. Oh, I remember my buddy got on this. It was a kid's bike, but it had a power band on it. So like, I don't remember if it was like first and second and third, or like all zipped out or whatever. But man, my buddy was way bigger than the bike. It was like a kid's dirt bike, but he wasn't that much bigger, but he was bigger. And he hops on it and absolutely winds it right out. Like this guy has quads, skidoos. He doesn't have dirt bikes though. He's been on them, but he doesn't own his own dirt bike. He gets on this kid's dirt bike, and there's like 9 of us around, middle of a front lawn. Let's go collect this. And he's a really tough guy, like very tough. And you can't lift this guy off. He'll go right up to you and punch you right in the face. It winds this thing right up. Blah, blah, blah. He's shifting gears. He's on like third gear before he knows it. He goes like goes like straight up the grass, up the lawn, and he cranks it. He cranks it straight like the handlebar is almost in the grass. And he cranks it back, and he's doing like these weirdest donuts any of us have ever seen before. He's getting grass stains on his knee, like while he's giving her, like, you're not supposed to ride a bike like this, eh? And he kind of peels it up a bit. I don't know how. He gets even more throttle. He kind of sits back up on it, and he does like a couple more, and the thing just flings him right off the bike, like he's a little breadcrumb or something. Oh man, were we laughing, and he was hurt. He was hurt pretty bad. And oh man, were we laughing. We were like 16, 17, 18, maybe 19, 20. I don't remember, but we were in that window of, kind of teenage years types of things. So my buddy's my buddy's uncle brings out he's got a 750 Yami. None of us are even tall enough or big enough to sit on this thing. We're teenagers. And he doesn't even go near it, eh? Oh, I had a good time when I was a teenager. Don't let the bouncer bully you, son. I had a couple times in my life where I just wanted to absolutely cave a couple bouncers, but I didn't. But I did say that you do not scare me to this. This was a long time ago. And then I had one bouncer actually slapped me on the chest. Not very hard, but he startled me. I was with my chick was like, I could throw tiny little pieces of popcorn at her in the wind. It was so she was so close to me, right? Oh my god. Yeah, right. There's people saying they climbed to the top of the pyramid in 1980. Let me ask Google. Google, has anybody ever climbed to the top of the Giza pyramid? In late 1976, my wife and I had just East Africa. We arrived in Cairo shortly after the Soviets left in 1976. Most people seemed to be very happy to welcome American visitors, said the Soviets were cheap. Anyway, one day we hopped on a bus and went to Giza. There was a small number of people climbing around the lower level blocks, with maybe one or two farther up. Man, I gotta read this. We couldn't see any signs prohibiting it, so up I went. My wife stayed on the ground. I remember someone yelled at me, but I think it was just a local guide who wanted his baksheesh tip bribe, which we'd learned to pretty much ignore. I gave him the usual stupid tourist shrug, and he shut up as I went higher. Although at the time I was fairly accomplished mountaineer and rock climber, I really did. This isn't me, by the way. I'm just reading somebody said this. I wasn't even born in '76. I really didn't need any particular skill, just stamina. Most of the blocks, as I recall, were about chest height. I don't know what that means. So you had to haul yourself up and over each one. Yeah, right. You did that 785 times, but some were broken, which provided an easier scramble. I recall it got to be pretty tiring as I neared the top of, but I persevered. It was pretty magnificent view from the top. However, unlike others posting here, I never particularly thought. Oh, he actually took a picture. But it could be from a drone. I think there were maybe three or four other folks who'd made it to the top at the same time. I did. Nobody said a word. Then I returned to the ground still. One of my highlights of my life. Yes, people have done it through the ages, both legally and illegally. It's a good way to get yourself killed. One slip coming down, and that's a long way to tumble on very hard surfaces. Nonetheless, many daredevils have done it for nothing but a selfie at the top. I mean, I love climbing, but I don't like heights. It's it's possible, but it's illegal because climbing them can kill you. Actually, climbing up isn't the problem. Climbing down, that's what I thought. A sweet friend of mine died falling down the Great Pyramid of Khufu, Cheops, in 1980 during a college study abroad program. It was a tragedy. I'd climbed it earlier that day with some other friends. With no serious fear of heights, it's not too difficult for someone in reasonable shape to clamber up fairly quickly. On the descent, basically, you have to jump down rock by rock. Jump, jump, jump hundreds of times. That's insane. I get diarrhea reading and thinking about that. We're going to close this search. I'm scared of heights. Japan earthquake tsunami 5 hours of 7.1 earthquake in Japan triggers tsunami warning. A powerful quake hits off Japan's coast, causing minor injuries but prompting new concerns. Japan issues Nankai trough megaquake warning after 7.1 magnitude trembler. A powerful earthquake hits the southern Japan tsunami advisory issued. Is there a tsunami in Japan right now, Google? Tsunami advisory has just been lifted after strong quake jolts Kyushu. Thank goodness. I love you all, Japan, Jamaica. No tsunami threat in BC after powerful Japanese earthquake 6 minutes ago. A powerful earthquake. Japan hit by a 7.1 magnitude earthquake as tsunami advisories issued. Is it going to rain in Winnipeg today, Google?
Yes, the forecast for today in Winnipeg is 18 degrees with rain.
Well, now you tell me. Holy crow, it's even going to get colder than it is. It's going to be even colder on Friday. Got some warm weather coming back next week. Hey, it says it's supposed to be nice this weekend. Like, not really nice, but pretty good. Pretty good, man. We got lots of stuff to do. So that is good, yeah? We are 2 subscribers away from 66,000. If you wouldn't mind just subscribing on the bottom there, clicking the subscribe button. You see there, it should be floating in. Subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Remember, y'all can't beat me. Stop trying to look silly, okay? Some of you, a lot sillier than others. You already know. Hit the like, share the video.